I cannot be the best option in that election.
You can't fire me, I quit. Yeah, basically. It is kind of crazy to walk out this close to the end, but I guess that's just my perspective as an American, because we don't have a PM. So we just, you know, there was no specific thing that caused it. The NDP just pulled out and demanded Trudeau to resign. I mean, it's a pretty foregone conclusion, I guess. Why does he look happy? Well, no one likes him, so I guess he just wants to retire, man. This guy. Does this help them at all, or are they regardless? They're regardless. They would have to pull out like an insane last stop campaign to beat this guy, which I don't expect to happen. NDP is literally leading Liberals in polls. It's so bad. Oh, I know. Look at that. And who could blame them? I mean, I can. But like, Trudeau has done nothing but fail his constituents over and over and over and over and over again. He's all the shit that I criticize Obama for, Trudeau is like that, but worse. He's, for one, like, he was only black for a day rather than his whole life. For two, he managed to achieve less over, you know, the course of his time in power. Worse for coalition building. He just... Is Trudeau worse than Biden? If you exclude Gaza and are only talking about domestic policy, absolutely yes. 100%. Yeah. Like by a wide margin. God. Look at that. This is going to be like a Reagan level sweep, except in Quebec, which is the only province of Canada that's resisting the like MAGA monoculture. You know? Doesn't Trudeau support Israel as well? Well, yeah, but it's hard to compare to like Biden's level of involvement. What do you know about that Pierre dude? He's like spineless, shifty, like dog whistly MAGA light in Canada. That's it. Literally, like it's the globalism of fascism. Basically, like make America great again, but you like cross out the A and put a C. It's diet MAGA bullshit. He's spineless. He doesn't have any real vision for the country. He hasn't he been doing this pathetic wheedling with Trump where Trump's saying like, you know, we want to make Canada the 51st state, and Pierre is like, oh, haha, well, no, we have our own culture that we're proud of, but we're still good allies and want to work together to defeat globalism and the leftist menace, or what, you know, like, haha, no need to go there. Just weak shit. Yeah, Haife is correct. I don't think Pierre is that popular. People just hate Trudeau. Like, unlike Donald Trump, who has his own genuine base of support, he has his own, like, cult of personality. Pierre is just, people don't like Trudeau. I have not seen many Pierre stans on Canada Twitter. Ice variation of Ron DeSantis, then? Nah, I wouldn't say he's as far along as Ron DeSantis. Lindsey Graham? No. He, like, if you toned Ron DeSantis down a few notches, maybe? More Ted Cruz? Yeah, maybe more Ted Cruz. Yeah. Trudeau resigning basically rug pulled the whole conservative campaign, Vosh, so they'll see. I don't think there's anything the Liberals can do to overcome this. Like, even with Trudeau leaving. I know it's mostly an anti-Trudeau campaign from the right, but good lord. Yeah, it's probably too late. I mean, we'll see, I guess. He's not that bad on social issues, though, at least compared to Republicans. Well, like I said, I mean, keep in mind, like, neither was Donald Trump back in 2016. Donald Trump mostly campaigned on Hillary Clinton is bad. Also, I'm the maverick stepping in to, like, save the country from the such and such. A lot of his socially reactionary positions, immigration aside, developed over time as they became part of the, like, zeitgeist of the right-wing movement. And this stuff takes time. But I don't think Pierre has the sauce to be like a Trump for Canada. I don't think that's very likely. Let me see if I can get a statement from him. Hold on. We want audio in that video?
He did tweet, and in his words, there is no change. That is from his account posted on X. There was also... Let's play it now.
Canadians desperate to turn the page on this dark chapter in our history.
A lot of charisma.
Might be relieved today that Justin Trudeau is finally leaving. But what has really changed? Every Liberal MP in power today and every potential Liberal leadership contender fighting for the top job helped Justin Trudeau break the country over the last 9 years. All Liberal politicians actively worked to pass into law the job-killing inflationary carbon tax. A tax that carbon...
See what I mean about more Ted Cruz than Donald Trump?
Carney endorsed in his book. All supported a law quadrupling the tax over the next 5 years. All voted for or actively supported Trudeau's out-of-control spending, debt, and immigration. All passed Trudeau's housing policies that doubled the cost of homes. All Liberal politicians helped pass catch-and-release bail and house arrest for the most rampant reoffenders. Policies that...
It really is crazy how it's the same talking points everywhere. You know what I mean? He might as well just be an American politician the way he talks.
Increased violent crime 50%, gun crime 116%, and hate crime by 250%. So given that Liberal MPs and leadership contenders unanimously supported everything Trudeau has done, why dump him now, right before an election? Have they had a change of heart? Is it because they feel guilty that they doubled housing costs, hiked taxes, unleashed crime, broke immigration, forced a quarter of the population into poverty? No. They continued supporting Trudeau when he did all of those things. No, their only objection is that he is no longer popular enough to win an election and keep them in power. They want to protect their pensions and paycheck by sweeping their hated leader under the rug months before an election to trick you and then do it all over again.
The PM doesn't control housing costs. Canada's having the worst housing cost crisis basically in the Western world right now, right? Am I mistaken in that? Like, the cost of housing in Canada has skyrocketed way beyond... Like, what's going on with that? Why don't they build more houses? I know we don't build enough houses, but, like, across America, we build more houses than Canada does per capita by a lot. It's because of the provincial governments. Federal government can't control housing costs. It's provinces that do it. Yeah, so why aren't the provinces doing it? Don't the provinces want their populations to increase so they have a larger tax base? That's why states do it. NIMBYs don't want skyscrapers. Is it a NIMBY thing? I feel like it's not a NIMBY thing so much. In Canada, maybe it is. It is insane how countries can, like, basically collapse as a trickle-down consequence of boomers who bought their house in '76 for $5, who don't want their property taxes to increase. It is insane, like, how the entirety of, like, Western civilization and its stability, that whole bubble, is being supported upon the whims of those people. It's genuinely crazy. Whose idea was it to allow housing policy to be dictated exclusively at the municipal level? What architect of Western civilization? Do I have to go back to Romulus? Who did that? Was it Remus? Was that his idea? How far back do we have to go? Because it seems to be a problem everywhere. Gilgamesh, man. It's almost exclusively Francophones that love mixed-zone housing in Canada. Yeah, I think I'm becoming more and more of a Quebec stan. They're racist and arrogant and really obnoxious, but at the same time, they're the only province of Canada that's resisting, like, the MAGA wave. Like, their desire to be French outweighs their desire to, like, become part of the fascist blob that is taking over the rest of the Anglosphere, you know?
Now, while leaderless Liberals focus on saving their jobs and fighting each other for power, the country spirals out of control, an out-of-control housing emergency, an out-of-control migrant crisis, an out-of-control $62 billion deficit, not to mention...
How much of a migrant crisis does Canada even have? Isn't a lot of their immigration people coming in on student visas? Like, one of the reasons their population ballooned up beyond what their housing could support is they just have a lot of people coming in for, like, to be students. They don't even share a border with a poorer country. The only way to enter Canada illegally, unless you really want to swim for it, is to come up through all of America. Like, they're one of the most geographically isolated countries in the world.
Tariff threats from the United States. Oh, and another NDP Liberal carbon tax hike kicks in this April 1st.
Taste.
Everything's out of control. And now the government is out of control. This cannot go on. We need a carbon tax election now to choose between...
There's more to illegal immigration than crossing the border on foot, but yeah, you're right. No, I know. But when you say migrant crisis, it's not just illegal immigration, like overstaying your visas. It's pretty obvious what they're referring to here. America gets to pull that shit because we actually do have a lot of people who come up here illegally just by walking. Like, that does happen. We have a massive border with Mexico. I don't think that happens in Canada. For them, the illegal immigrants would be people overstaying visas, but they would have had to get the visas in the first place. I'm sure there are people being trafficked in, the same with every country, but let's not overstate the issue here, you know?
The NDP Liberal costly coalition that taxes your food, punishes your work, doubles your housing costs, and unleashes crime